Well, a very big welcome back to Most Haunted Live. We're in Derby doing what we do best, and that is probing the paranormal. Now, things are really hotting up. We were in Derby jail before the break. Now, this is unfinished business for Derek Akora. Derek and Yvette both experiencing very strange things before the break. Names Blythe Simpson, William Marwood, Turner, Isaac Ludlam all coming out. And Yvette also crying again. That's the second time she's cried in Derby jail. Now, historians, what do you make of, particularly, let's start with this bald chap, long-stained hide leather cloak, laughing, and also with a big metal thing on his wrist. Who's he?
Frequently seen in Derby jail, bald man, leather body warmer, no sleeves. Lots of people have seen him. Picked him up as being Blythe Simpson, the jailer at Derby jail.
And Derek Akora came out with that name?
Yes, he did indeed. Yeah, yeah. Impressed, very impressed.
You're impressed?
Of course I am.
Are you impressed?
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds impressive so far.
OK, what about William Marwood?
No, you've gone.
Nope, you have him.
William Marwood was a hangman, and he travelled to Derby on many occasions to Derby jail. And he hanged people. He was
so two out of two.
Famous.
What about this Turner returns?
Oh, I can't believe this. William Turner was one of 3 men hanged and beheaded in front of Derby jail in 1817. And William Turner's great-great-granddaughter has returned from Australia to Derby jail.
So Turner really has returned?
Oh, God, and listen to this. When she was in the condemned cell, she burst into tears, and she had to be removed and taken out of the jail. Can't believe it.
And what about this Isaac Ludlam?
One of the 3 men. Isaac Ludlam was also hanged and beheaded with William Turner.
So you're impressed?
Yes.
Right, let's ask Matthew Smith. Matthew Smith, are you impressed?
I'm not as impressed, I think, as Rich would be in terms of the names.
Oh, come on, Matthew. Blythe Simpson, William Marwood,
exactly,
Turner
yeah.
returns, Isaac Ludlam.
I'm not saying they're lucky guesses again. This is information that's available. What I'm kind of more intrigued by is, I think, Yvette's response. But remember, before she even went into that the condemned cell, she was very jumpy. She was very much primed. She really didn't want to go in there at all. So there may well be something about that location that's causing those kinds of experiences. But we must also remember the psychological impact of expectation. You know, being worried, being anxious about going in there, and, you know, that can cause a very emotional response.
What about you, David? What do you make of Yvette crying for the second time in Derby jail? And before this show, she said to me, I'm very, very anxious about going back to that place.
I mean, I fully understand what Matthew's saying. However, from my perspective, this kind of work works on an emotional level. It is not working, I think, on our intellect. It works on an emotional level, and that's why she's feeling it. Very often, as a medium, that's the first thing you feel, is the pain, the anguish of the spirit you're talking to.
All right. OK, now I want to go and talk to our audience, because the stories out here are remarkable. Now, where's our First Lady? Right, you're over here. Let me just squeeze in here. You've been to Derby jail, haven't you? What's your name?
Faye.
Faye, you've been to Derby jail?
Yes, we did a charity sleepover last Saturday night. I spent 12 hours there.
And what did you see?
Personally, I didn't see a great deal, but friends of mine saw lots of different things.
What did you see?
It was very oppressive. There was lots of orbs and, you know, the atmosphere was awful, basically.
And what else? You saw something on camera?
A friend of mine was filming using a night vision camera, and she saw a man with a bald head, and she nearly dropped the camera and screamed. And
the same man with the bald head, who may well be Blythe Simpson. OK, thank you for that. What about this lady here? You've also been to Derby jail, haven't you?
Yes, we were there earlier on today, and I had to come out the condemned man cell because I felt really sick.
Are you a believer?
Well, I believe more now. I was a bit more sceptical before.
All right, thank you very much. OK, I'm just going to come over here, because now where's the next person? Yes, where are you? Oh, there you are. Goodness me, there are so many of you. Right. Now, we mentioned this name earlier on in McCluskey's nightclub, which was Elizabeth Payne.
Yeah, I got Elizabeth before Derek, but I got Elizabeth Page. So
You got Elizabeth Page?
Page, not Payne.
You're a believer, I assume?
Yeah.
And you believe you have paranormal, or at least psychic ability? You don't?
No, not at all. No, never.
OK.
I get Elizabeth Page.
Right, let's join Yvette, Derek and the rest of the team back in Derby jail.
Yeah. Came from behind you? In that cell? In that one?
Yeah.
No, okay.
My cell behind me.
Okay, we've just all heard tell everybody, what have you just heard? Turn the camera around, John. What have you just heard?
I just heard, I'm standing in front of the cell and I just heard a tap. I heard a noise next to me.
Okay, what else?
We thought it came from that.
Which cell?
It was very close.
Who, all of you, say if you've heard it. Who heard it? All of you.
I thought it was coming from that one with the door shut.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one with...
The one with the door shut?
Yeah.
Should we go in there?
Yeah.
Should we go in? Okay,
Yes.
Kieran. Okay. Are you all right, Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah? You feeling fine?
Yeah.
Feeling happy? You're much braver than I am, Dawn, let me tell you that. Has it moved? Has it moved?